Hi, everybody. Welcome to Flow and Restore today. Let's get started in Supta Baddha Konasana. I will be using a bolster, a blanket, and 2 blocks today. All of these postures can be done without it, so just know that. In your Supta Baddha Konasana, take the soles of your feet together to touch. If you'd like to support your outer thighs with your blocks, this is a great idea. You can also put pillows beneath your thighs as well. And then gently take yourself down onto your back. Just goal post your arms. Once you feel settled here, soften your eyes to close. And just for a moment or two, feel the weight of your body supported by the earth below. Notice a little ease move through your physical form and through the mind as you start to transition into this space of more intentional movement. Today, our focus is on Ishvari Pranidhana, which is surrender. I know at first glance, you hear surrender, you think maybe weakness. But truly, Ishvari Pranidhana, surrender is the easiest path of peace and realization, needing no effort or pain on our parts. We simply let go, and we devote everything to a higher power. The challenge here is that most of us are inclined to control every action and its outcome. And letting go feels like the hardest thing, making Ishvari Pranidhana the hardest of the niyamas to follow. The niyamas, just for a little yogic philosophy, the niyamas are inner observances or duties. And they're just from the guidelines of Patanjali's 8-limbed path. To surrender is not weak, it's not giving up. It takes strength and awareness to soften and let go. To your body, to the posture, to the universe. And slowly, with your internal awareness, start to begin to expand the breath. Feel the belly rise with your inhales. And feel the belly fall with the exhales. You are slowly and mindfully beginning to move the breath to all spaces of your body. And you can notice this idea of surrender here in our very first posture. Are you wanting to move? Is it challenging to remain still and present? And start to feel the full body breath. So you'll take your inhale all the way up to the top. Hold it in. And then exhale all the way out. Hold it out. And again, breathe in through the pelvic floor, filling up the belly, the lungs, the upper chest. Take it all the way up to the top. Hold your breath in. And let it go. Feeling the pause at the bottom of your exhale. One more time like this, biggest breath you've taken yet today. Full body breath in all the way. There's no space left. Hold in your breath. And let it go. Holding your breath out, activate the low belly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Seal your lips. Slow Ujjayi breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel the draw to the present moment that this breath creates. The rest of the world simply begins to melt away. And truly all that matters is this moment right here. Please know the friends that a comfortable posture is always available. So just listen to your bodies and take what it is that you need. If you have blocks beneath your thighs, just gently place them off to the side. Take your right peace fingers to your right big toe for a half happy baby. Now your left leg can remain as it is, or you can send it forward. Either way is fine. Just play with the posture and find what you need. Pull your right knee down toward the earth as you lift your right heel up. Now you want to keep your whole back body rooted from the back of your head to the tailbone. Just 3 full breaths right here. This allows us to really get deep and explore the inner thighs and the outer hips. And if you want some movement, you can take it. Just gentle rocking from right to left. Full breath in. Follow it out. Take your right foot back to meet your left. So back into Supta Baddha Konasana. And just a full round of breath here to neutralize before we move into the other side. At every moment throughout class today, I want you to actively full body breathe. We move the prana, the energy through all spaces. Left peace fingers to your left big toe. Half happy baby, opposite side. Draw your left knee down and lift your left heel up. Again, 3 full rounds of breath here. Just hold it for a moment before you decide to rock from left to right. And really just notice the difference in your hips already. By observing, we witness where we hold tension, where we hold stress, anxiety, all the physical ailments of this world. Yoga is such a beautiful practice that lets us work out all that tension, where we get to realize where it is and how we can begin to let it go. And that's another purpose of Ishvarya Pranadhana, the surrendering to the body, the surrendering to what is. Full breath in. Follow it out. This time, release your grip. Place the soles of your feet firmly on the mat, hip width distance apart, maybe slightly more, and just knock your knees together to touch for a fallen bridge. Just feel the low back start to spread slightly here as you place your knees together to touch. And then ever so gently, you're going to windshield wiper your knees. So the soles of your feet remain. You're just going to shift your legs from your knees rather from left to right. And if you'd like to take a full round of breath and hold either side, go ahead. Just moving, creating movement rather toward the midline of the body. So good. Now pull your knees towards the center and find a full compression here. Palms over your shins. Take your chin towards your chest and draw your third eye towards your knees. And then slowly place your hands behind your thighs and rock and roll yourself up to tabletop. Just a moment in tabletop, and then send yourself back to child's pose. Hips to heels, arms extend forward. Rest gently your third eye down on the mat. Just notice the compression here of belly to thighs, and how when we breathe, we're moving into the upper back. And keep your palms rooted, keep your knees connected to the mat, and with your breath in, blossom yourself forward to flowering lotus. I like to point my toes and take my heels towards my glutes. Now microbend your elbows and pull your heart through. Your core is going to stay strong and active. Inhale. Exhale, press back. Child's pose or even puppy pose if you want a deeper shoulder stretch. And just 2 more times like that. Inhale, forward, blossoming lotus. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, press back. Puppy pose or child's pose. Last one, breath in. And breath out. So good, friends. Really linking the movement with the breath. Inhale, press yourself up, tabletop. Walk your hands slightly forward, curl your toes under, find your way to high plank. Now right away, microbend your elbows, draw your sternum bone forward. Activate your quadriceps and then pull your low belly in. You're working hard, so press the mat away and stay with your breath. You'll find downward facing dog in 6. Belly strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So good. Downward facing dog. Send your hips high, bend your knees, and push the mat away. So your fingertips should be spread really, really wide. Palms are shoulder width distance apart. As you bend the knees, hollow out the belly. Really stretch, lengthen through the side bodies from hip creases all the way to armpits and fingertips. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Once more like that. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Amazing. Gaze forward and then slowly walk to the top of your mat, where you'll find ragdoll pose. So I like my feet hip width distance apart. I know a lot of people like them a little further, but take what you need. And then chest expansion, clasp your palms together at the low back. You can lift your fists up and away if you're into the really deep shoulder stretch already. Now you want your belly to compress over the thighs. Shift your weight more towards your toe mounds and then let gravity pull the crown of your head toward the earth. Stay with your deep breaths here, really lengthening your exhales. Our forward folds really are the epitome of surrender. So feel the power here in your deep forward fold. There is so much power in letting go. We're in this state of constant movement, constant doing. And we think it's weak to surrender, to soften. And in fact, it's what creates the most balance in our lives. Gently release your hands. And if your feet are further apart, walk them beneath your hips. Tone your low belly. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up through standing. Tadasana. Extend your fingertips toward the sky. Great work, everyone. Feel the connection to the 4 corners of your feet. Now soften your shoulders away from your ears. Your palms will face each other. Take a full breath in. And out. So good. Inhale. Exhale, side body stretch. We'll take the dancer variation. So right hand moves along your side body. And then send your left leg behind you as you reach through your left fingertips. You can even take it into a slight curtsy with your knees, small bend, squeeze your inner thighs together. And then bicep remains in line with your ear. 2 big breaths here as you feel the opening through your rib cage. Inhale, rise, Tadasana, lift, lengthen. Exhale, side bend to the left. So your left arm moves down and your right leg comes behind. Right arm reaches. Squeeze your inner thighs, press down through your toe mounts. And then open up the throat just a little. Lift your chin. Inhale, rise, Tadasana. Palms come together to touch. And exhale into a back bend. Send your fingertips toward the back wall. Push your pubic bone forward. Biceps remain in line with your ears. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. So good. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Release. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms to your shins or your thighs, reach to the crown of your head. Hollow out the belly. Exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms and step back. Second time here, so feel the strength that you've already built, that muscle memory. Now, awareness to the core. You'll lower all the way down in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Take the tops of your feet toward the edges of your mat behind you, and your palms are spider tips, fingertips off of your mat. Press your pubic bone down, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, wide arm Bhujangasana, peel your heart, your torso up and away. Now it's easy to pull your shoulders towards your ears. I want you to soften the shoulder blades down. Exhale, release. 2 more times, we'll flow that. Wide arm Bhujangasana. Inhale, slow lift up. Exhale, let go. Last one, friends. Inhale, rise. Activate the glutes. Use the strength of your full back body. Exhale, release. Curl your toes under, palms beneath your shoulders. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips lift, bend your knees, push the mat away. We're gonna flow, breath to movement. Gaze forward. Forward fold, top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, Tadasana, lift up through the fingertips. Exhale, dancer's side bend to the right. Right arm down, left leg behind. Reach and lengthen through the left fingertips. Maybe this time you lift your gaze for a deeper stretch. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, side bend, dancer variation to the left. Right foot moves behind you. Reach with the right fingertips, lift the gaze. Inhale, Tadasana, palms connect. Exhale, back bend even deeper than the first one. Pull the weight towards your heels, gaze toward the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, low lunge, left foot back. Now take a moment here in your first low lunge. I personally like my blocks to find some hip dips and then start to straighten the front leg and bend the front leg. So just really working out the hips here just for a moment. Another opportunity to truly explore your body and all of these amazing different formations. And then we'll settle into our low lunge. Really power up your back leg. So strong in your back leg that you could actually hover your hands above the mat. And then place your left palm down. Inhale, low lunge, twist, right arm rises. Now you're gonna activate your right glute. You're also activating your left glute. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, lounging lizard, shift your weight to the knife edges of your feet and take your right fingertips back. Now, both my toes are really strong here, supporting my knees. Belly's active. Inhale, low lunge twist, lift back up through center. Beautiful, everyone. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Drop your left knee. And I'll take my blocks with me. Your right leg is straight. Flex your right toes back towards your face. Now pull your right leg deep into your hip socket as you let your gaze fall down towards your thighs. Just breathe. Slowly crawl forward, grounding your right foot. Inhale, crescent moon. Now, if your knees are sensitive like mine, a blanket beneath your knees is really nice here. Now, you get to choose if you want your back toes curled under or flat. It's really a personal preference at this point. But I want you to shift all the way forward and feel the depth of your lunge, and then press back into your right foot and scissor your inner thighs together. You're going to settle somewhere in the middle. Reach up through your fingertips. Really tone your low belly. And again, instead of lifting your shoulders up towards your ears, pull them gently down and away. Just stay with your breath. Big movement coming up. Take a full inhale. Exhale, standing splits. Palms to your blocks to the floor. Lift your left leg high. Now power through the standing leg. Reach through your left toes. You want to pack your right hip in. Inhale, halfway lift just with the torso. Exhale, chair plane. So step forward and then reach your fingertips back. Chair with airplane arms. Yes, just like that. Seal your heels down and then draw your booty all the way back and down. Reach and extend through your fingertips. Pull your heart forward so it's like up dog through your chest. Slow down the breath. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, right leg high. Flex your right toes, hollow out your belly. So your core is doing so much work here in the support of your right thigh. Lift up through the crown of your head, take a full breath in. Exhale, chair, airplane arms. Step down, reach back. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left leg lifts. Flex your left toes. Activate your standing leg. Come back to your breath. Inhale. Exhale, chair, airplane arms. We'll flow that out, breath to movement. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, chair, airplane arms. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, chair, airplane arms. Listen for the shift here. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, figure four. Right ankle over your left thigh. Pull your palms down towards your heart space. Then you're going to drop your booty back and down. Keep your right toes flexed to protect your knee joint. Press your sternum towards your thumbs and your thumbs back towards your sternum. Now, as you hold this posture, right, where can you surrender? Surrender through the body. Calmness through the mind. Just steady. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen up. Exhale, low lunge, right foot back. Now take your blocks, frame your left foot, and find the same movements here. As you find hip bounces, and straighten your left leg and bend your left leg. Just warming up this part of the body. And then pause in your low lunge, get really strong. Feel the right quad really activate, sending the crown of your head forward. Option to hover the palms if you want to try it on this side. Then ground your right hand down. Inhale, low lunge, twist, left arm reaches. Pull your low belly back and in. Activate both glutes. Full breath. Exhale into a lounging lizard. Shift your weight to the knife edges of your feet and send your left fingertips toward the back wall. Belly strong, feet are active. Inhale, low lunge, twist back up through center. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Manasana. Feel free to take your blocks, straighten your left leg, and flex your left toes. Hollowing out your belly, just let the torso fall. Soft bend to the elbows. Breathe. Start to crawl forward. Inhale, crescent moon. Arms lift. Now again, the placement of your back foot is up to you, but shift all the way forward, feel the depth of your lunge, and then press into your left foot, scissor slightly back. You're gonna settle somewhere in the middle. Once you find that sweet spot where you're active, right, sukha and sthira, effort and ease, now lift and lengthen up through the side bodies. Reach through your fingertips. Just find the breath. Just like at the beginning of class, that full body breathing, but you're putting in a little bit more effort here. So notice what happens to the breath pattern. And can you come back to the smooth, fine, steady breath? Big movement. Take a full breath in. Exhale, standing splits. Plant your palms and lift your right leg high. Drop your head. Breathe. So you're reaching through the right toes. You're grounded through your standing leg. Inhale, halfway lift just with the torso. Exhale, chair, airplane arms, feet step together, fingertips reach back. Second time here, seal your heels down. So you're heavy through the heels, tailbone's your anchor, pulling toward the earth. Micro bend the elbows. Draw your heart forward. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left leg lifts. So much strength required here in these one-legged balancing postures. But with the strength, where's the ease? And you find that with your breath first. Inhale. Exhale, chair, airplane arms. Inhale, right leg high. One-legged Tadasana. Cinch your low ribs in to support the activation of your entire core. Inhale. Exhale, chair, airplane arms. Will flow it out. Inhale, left leg high, lift up. Exhale, chair, airplane arms. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, chair, airplane arms. Listen for the change here. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, figure four. Left ankle over right thigh. Palms move down through the heart space. It's a big bend in your right knee. Send the tailbone back and down. Soften through the shoulders. Steady your full body breathing. You've got this. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana up through center. Exhale, forward fold, let go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank to downward facing dog. If you feel like chaturanga-ing, go right ahead. A moment here in downward facing dog. Let it feel like surrender. And then shift forward to high plank. Slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Just take a moment here to stack your hands and rest your third eye there. Soften your eyes to close. Slow the breath down. And lift yourself up. We'll take Sphinx pose, so number 11 with your forearms. Palms are firmly rooted on the mat. Take the tops of your feet toward the corners of your mat behind you and press your pubic bone down, activating your glutes. As you inhale, lift your heart, your torso. Now be mindful of the shoulders. You don't want them by the ears. You want them pressing down and away. Just 3 breaths. And slowly release. Palms beneath your shoulders. Press yourself up to tabletop and then back. Find a seat for just a moment, and I'd love to set you up in the first restorative posture today. So we'll be moving into half pigeon. So you can take a traditional half pigeon without any props at all. I will be setting up nicely supported in props. And if half pigeon is not your practice, just know that you can find supine figure 4 on your back as well. So setting ourselves up with props here, take your blocks side by side, about 3/4 up from the bottom of your mat. And then you're going to take your blanket and cover your blocks. Place your bolster in front or your pillows, and then find yourself in downward facing dog. And then you'll lift your right leg high and take your right leg up and over your block business. So my entire right leg is in front of my blocks. So my right heel is pressing into the front of my blocks. Now I've got the blocks underneath my right thigh, but also connected briefly, or just barely rather, to the top of my left thigh. Before we go any further, I want you to make sure that your left leg is straight and long behind you. So the blocks are really just beneath the center of your body. Take your bolster or your pillows. I like mine the highest setting, and I'm going to pull it towards my body so that it rests just underneath my whole sternum torso area. And then you'll fold yourself over, resting your forearms down, your palms down, gazing in the direction towards your knee. Now here, the hips are pretty tight often, right? So it'll take you a little while to breathe and surrender. But just know your breath is your tool to soften the physical body and to let go of the mind, of the never-ending thoughts in the mind. So with each exhale, you let go just a bit more. Close your eyes. In this very moment, this is all you have to do right here. Can your stillness be the calm within the storm? Allow the muscles along the mouth, the eyes to soften. Feel a sense of calm and peace right here. The worry starts to melt away. This is the power of surrender. All the stuff that we hold on to so tight. Not only does it create tension in the body, but stress and tension in the mind. Scattered and erratic breath. And slowly come back to the body. Find the breath 3 times. We need to be very mindful of the transition here because we were just in a very deep posture. Press down through the palms, slowly lift the torso up, shift your bolster forward. Curl your back toes under, lift your hips, and take yourself into downward facing dog. Give yourself 2 full breaths here in downward facing dog. And as you feel ready, lift the left leg high. And then find half pigeon, left leg up and over your block business. Moving slowly, right? You want the blocks just beneath the central axis of the body, so just beneath the tailbone in the center. Take a gaze back, make sure your right leg is straight and long. You might already feel a very big difference with this side of the body than you did with the first side. Pull your bolster or your pillows towards you. Support the torso as you fold over. Rest down through your palms. The elbows are heavy toward the earth. So the sutras talk about how if you are able to master this niyama of Ishvara Pranidhana, there is no need to practice any of the others. Because you're releasing, you're surrendering, you're letting go to a higher power, to the universe, to something bigger than you. How often in our lives do we feel all alone, like we're holding the weight of the world on our shoulders alone? And this idea of surrender is to recognize that we're not alone and that there's actually something holding us. And we can give it all back. We're not required to hold the weight of the world on our shoulders. And without judgment, without shame, just feel the difference in the size of the body. When we slow down, we can begin to feel so much more intensely what's happening inside. I think sometimes that's the fear, that the moment we slow down, we have to feel. We don't really have a choice. Maybe that's what we're running from most of the time. All the chaos, all the movement. Relax the fingertips, relax the toes. Where does the mind go when the body's not moving? There's a beautiful quote by Anais Nin. She says, "And the day came when the risk to remain in a tight bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." So much effort is put on resistance, so much so that we forget what it's like to soften and surrender into all that already is. And begin to return to the body. Come back to the breath 3 times. And be just as mindful with this transition as you press down through your palms, lift up through your torso. Shift your bolster out of the way. Curl your back toes under. Lift yourself up through downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal through your feet. Gently drop down to your knees. And we'll set up for our final resting posture of class today. So just take your blocks the way that they are. Move them more towards the top of your mat. And then rest your bolster on top. Go ahead and rest your low back onto the very bottom of your bolster. Now you're going to lay your whole back body down over the bolster. We have a couple variations with the legs. So you can come into the first posture that we were at the very start of class with the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide. You can also even find that a modified variation one leg at a time. It's almost like a modified tree or a supine tree. Okay, and if you like fallen bridge, you can find that as well, knocking the knees together as the soles of your feet move wide to the edges of your mat. Or you can simply send both legs forward. I'll let you decide, and please know that you can always shift it up. We're here for a good 12 minutes. So allow your whole body to fall heavy over the bolster. Let the shoulders drape down and the elbows move closer toward the floor. Take a full breath in. Let the exhale simply go. And gently take your internal gaze up toward the third eye. That beautiful dark space just in front of the closed eyelids. Allow it to reside here. Whether it's surrendering to a moment of difficulty, or even surrendering to a moment of joy, surrendering the results of our actions, or simply learning to trust in the universe a little bit more. Each time we do choose to surrender, we move a little closer toward freedom. Here's your opportunity to completely soften into this most present moment. And slowly, friends, begin to awaken your bodies with breath. Let's begin small movements in the fingertips and toes. And draw your arms up and overhead. And one at a time, pull your knees to center as you roll over to your right side. Take a moment to rest here in your fetal position, the space of rebirth, of new beginnings, where we awaken with new purpose, new intention. This is the true gift of our yoga practice. This starting over. And press yourself down, lift yourself up through seated. With your eyes closed, pull your palms together at your heart space, Anjali Mudra. Gratitude for our never-ending practice, the shifts, the transformation, the awakening, and the clarity that serves us here. I'd love to end class today with one Om. Please sing with me. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, we prepare. Carry the vibrations with you. Draw your thumbs to your third eye. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today and allowing me to guide you through practice. It's always such an honor. Until next time, friends, be well.